Good morning. It's card and a cuppa time. I'm just trying to fix my phone. I've nearly got StreamYard mastered. Nearly. Just got to do a bit more tweaking with it today. So let me just see if I can get you onto my laptop. Yes I can. I'll turn myself down. There we go. Yes I can. I'll turn myself down. There we go. Okay. Now, I've realised with the sun coming into my room, I look like an Oompa Loompa. I look like I have too much makeup on, but I don't because I've just gone and checked. But anyway, that's the way it goes when you've got sun beaming into your craft room. So if you've been watching my social media of late, I've been playing a lot with the Abigail Rose suite of products in the annual catalogue. It's so beautiful. And you'll have seen me posting quite a few cards with it, using the beautiful paper and the stamp set, dies, ribbon. So I'm going to play with the Abigail Rose suite again this morning. There's a sample in the catalogue I'll show it when I put my phone up into the holder, and I could not work out how they'd done that sample. I was racking my brain trying to figure it out. And anyway, I worked it out. So I'm going to show you guys if you were having trouble or whether it was just me having a brain moment that wasn't working. Hi, Lynn. So I will put my phone up into the holder, and I'll have to try and bring my blind down further because I've got sun on my desk. I'm starting to wonder whether this time of the year is not a good time to do my videos, that maybe the afternoon might be better. So I might have to transfer my card and the cuppas to 1:30 on a Friday, because then I won't have this issue with the sun coming into my window. Anyway, we'll deal with it for this morning and we'll work it out for next week and the weeks beyond. So, as I said, Lynn, I've nearly mastered the StreamYard. I've just got to do a couple more things to make it work and see the second camera. I'm going to do that today, and then hopefully we won't have to take you on the journey with my phone and, you know, negotiating dropping it. So just bear with me while I put it up into the holder. Sugar me foot, see? This is why we need StreamYard. Oh, it gave me a heart attack. It's not good, conducive to good health. I've got to master StreamYard, and I've got to master it soon. Oh, I nearly said a bad word. Okay, I'll just see if I can bring that down a little bit for. I've still got a little tiny bit of sun on my desk, which I cannot get around. So, sorry about that. I'll double touch to you. Want my bad words or the StreamYard? Wow. Okay, that looks, I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm just going to leave it as is. It looks fine to me. So, this is what I've been playing with in the last week or so with the Cottage Rose. This one I used that quatrefoil embossing folder. I really like that embossing folder. And then you go to Greetings stamp set. So that was the first play I had. Then I did this. This is just the designer series paper, StreamYard. So this is just the designer series paper, and I just used a blending brush. Well, I didn't use oranges, I used pinks, and just blended over the top. And I really like this, the way you can gather this ribbon up. I like that. This was the whitewash one, pretty much cased from the catalogue. I just did different colours. This was my most recent one. That's designer series paper. That's not a stamp from the stamp set. And this is the new deckled rectangle dies. So there are a few of my playings. But this, let me find the catalogue. It's buried under here. This was the card. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. This was the card I could not work out how they'd done. I was racking my brain. I'm thinking there's no stamp in the stamp set. Then I thought, well, this stamp matches there. these little ones sort of go here. I'm thinking surely they haven't sort of pieced it all together. And then I thought, well, there's only one leaf, so I could not work it out. So I got the die out, and I thought the die doesn't match a stamp. And I'm thinking, I don't know how that's worked. Then as I was pulling the paper out, I worked it out. So if you're as a bit brain dead as me, this is how they did that card. So this is the paper. It's the one where it's got like the old ledger on the back of it. This is on the other side. Now this isn't a card that you could do multiples for a class, because it depends. You can only get like, I think 2 or 3, maybe 4 out of a piece of paper. But this die lines up with the paper. And it was like, I've figured it out. You guys might already work that out. Didn't need to, you know, stress and toil over it like me. But, ta-da! So, these are the cards I've made. That was the first card. I tried to copy this card, and they've put the cutout up on dimensionals. They didn't colour in the flowers. I coloured the flowers in. And then this was I thought this crumb cake looked a bit plain, so I thought, how can I improve on that? So then I made it again, and instead of popping the crumb cake up on dimensionals, I glued it down flat, which you don't get the real 3D effect, but it's still nice. But I did run it through an embossing folder, the Time Worn Type embossing folder. So that took away the plainness of the crumb cake, which I liked. So I'm going to recreate this card, but with the embossing folder, but using early espresso for the background. So that's my plan. So we'll go with the plan. So I've got to cut my designer series paper up. So let me close up my catalogue. Get my, so I've got to go in 9 centimeters. I've worked that bit out because this has to line up. And see, you can cut other pieces out, but it won't cut all the flowers. So that's why you'll only get about 3 or maybe 4 out of a piece of designer series paper, because if you want the whole effect, you know, some of them are cut off. But you can use the die to cut individual ones off or fussy cut them. So I need to go in 9 centimeters. So that's right. So I shall cut. And then what? You can cut the flowers out. Like you could put this over and cut all the images out and pop them individually. That's another way of doing it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my layering piece so that it will layer over the top. So first of all, we want to cut the layering piece. So I shall bring in my big boss. And I don't know if anybody has heard, but the new magnetic plate has been recalled. So I have it, and I'm not having any problems with it so far. But a lot of demonstrators were having the layers separating and coming apart. So far, that hasn't happened to me. If you have ordered one, Stampin' Up will reimburse you because they've withdrawn it from sale to try and rectify the problem. But mine's not causing any problems at the moment, so I'm just going to keep on using mine because I love it. And I just don't want to stop using it. I hope they can fix the situation soon, because I know it was a long time coming and they wanted to get it right second time round, but there was a few issues, so they've withdrawn it. So I'm just going to place that like so and grab my cutting plate. So StreamYard, Lynn, is just a program that helps you use two cameras. So I can start off using my webcam on my laptop, and then just click on the computer to switch to my camera that's already, my phone that's already mounted in the holder. So I don't have to, you know, stress about dropping everybody. So that's what StreamYard's all about. It's just a program where you can share cameras. So my upline uses it and it's really good, and I wanted to try and learn how to use it. Okay, so that's cut that out, and you see that's going to go straight over somewhere like so. Now, I thought I got that straight, but I will have to cut my paper underneath to sort of fit behind it, but that's okay. I can do that. So that's how it's going to look, and I'm going to put it on dimensionals. But before I do that, I'm going to run this through the Time Worn Type embossing folder, because I really like that one, and I think it sort of gives a bit of a vintage look. Techno, yeah, techno. I got it sorted so far, and then I could not work out how to finish it off, so I had to get hubby to help. And yeah, I had to download some other program, and then I've got to have iTunes on my laptop because I don't have a Mac. I've got an iPhone, but just a normal PC with Windows. So I think if it was all Apple, it might be easier. But I don't have all Apple. So I'll be really happy if I can get it mastered. So that's the Time Worn Type embossing folder, and I really like just the texture it gives to the cardstock, especially if it's an overlay. This is nice and it's clean and simple, but I just thought, oh, it's just too much blank card. So that's why when I did this one, I embossed it with the Time Worn Type, but I didn't pop that layer. I just laid that flat. So I'm going to pop it with the embossing. So that's all we need the emboss machine for. Okay, so, and if you were really wanting to, you could keep those die cuts out of the flowers, but I'm not. I've got so much scraps of bits and pieces everywhere. I do not need any more. So it's another beautiful sunny day. They do say we're going to get rain, but I hope not. But I guess we'll. We just had so much rain at the beginning of the year. We don't really want any more. Oh no, this is the piece I want, not that piece. Okay, and so I don't need my die. I can put that away. Oops. Okay, the paper's just beautiful in this suite. Just beautiful. So it's going to go like so. Yep, so that's how it's going to work. So I'll just grab my blends. You'll just have to bear with me while I do a little bit of colouring. I'll try and do it really quickly. I should have had these out first, but I forgot. Nope. Maybe that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. I hope you got your Cuppa, Lynn. Let's see. You love that folder? So do I. It's one of my favourites. Really is one of my favourites. So this is dark petal pink, light and dark petal pink, and light and dark old olive. Although I'll probably just use the light old olive. So I'm not gonna fuss too much with my colouring. You're gonna go to On Stage in November, Lynn? We might be able to meet. We meet once a week here, but in person. That'd be nice. And the light petal pink, I never seem to think it's doing much, but once you've done it and sort of stand back, you think, oh yeah, that did work. Okay, so that's the first big flower. Sorry, colouring is time consuming and a bit boring to watch. Sorry about that. You don't need to put this over the top, but I'm just doing it so I know which ones I'm colouring, and when I do actually have to cut my piece of paper out, it will help. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. So I'll tell you about our ongoing saga with a new work person. The person who applied at the end of last week, we organised an interview for her on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So she rang Tuesday morning and she said that she was sick, which is fair enough, and couldn't come. And my co-worker was on the other phone, and I said, oh look, that's fine, that's understandable. I'll get Judy to give you a call back and you can do a phone interview to start with. And she said, no, don't bother, I've changed my mind. I went, oh, okay. So, and another one bites the dust. We were getting excited, but no. So, who does that? Who applies for a job and then over the weekend decides not to go ahead? Like, who does that? I mean, it takes time to apply, to write out your resume, talk yourself up. Not going to On Stage. Oh, that's sad. Not to worry. We'll meet another time. Yeah, but who does that? Who applies for a job, takes the time, puts the resume together, and then over the weekend thinks, no, I don't want it. I don't know who does that. So, we're a bit sad. Because when either one of us goes on holidays, there's nobody else but to support us, to back us up. So if one goes on holidays and one is sick, and the one that's manning the fort gets sick, we've got trouble. But anyway, now is that old olive point yucky? Let me look. These are my, yeah, it is. These blends are the ones I kind of dispose of once they go a bit yucky and the tip goes a bit off. I don't dispose of them, I just put them in a big bag and I use them. Because the other end of the blend is fine. It's really hard with classes because some people press so hard with them and you think, don't, you're going to damage the tip. But anyway, they're a work tool. That's what I keep trying to tell myself. It doesn't matter. Now I'm just trying to work out which leaves are involved. I might put this over the top for the moment. So you could stamp that stamp and these 3 flowers. They're different flowers. And sort of get something happening with this die. But it's really unusual that they've got a die that doesn't match a stamp. And you don't get a lot from the paper. Okay, I think I've coloured all the right things there. Yep, that's what we're finding. We never cease to be amazed with what some people are doing out there in the working world. Do they want a job or do they not want a job? Like, for goodness sakes, get your act together. Now I can go across probably here. So I'm just marking where I can cut the paper. And then I'll have to do a bit of angle cutting, I think. So, where did I mark? There it is. Whoops. One day we might get somebody who wants a job. One day. Now, this is the tricky bit. Getting it lined back up for... See, I'm going to have to trim there and, yeah. But in the meantime, we shall get some dimensionals. I hope you're right. Now I'm out of dimensionals. Good Lord. I mean, I can use some of these. Make sure that's the other side. But yeah, I wanna use proper ones, not just the offcuts today. So let me just grab some more dimensionals. These small ones. I don't want small ones. And I don't want black ones. Ah, small. Here we go. Yeah, no, early espresso does look really lovely with it. I thought, oh, I don't want to just recreate exactly the same card, but I just looked on what was on the colour in the paper, like on the back of the designer series paper pack. I thought, okay, they're saying early espresso works, so we'll go with that. Of course, I'll put some down here, but this is more just to support where the die cut is. I'm sort of doing a lot of dimensionals. I think this is now my favourite sweet. I've gone from Sun Prince to Hues of Happiness to now Abigail Rose. Actually, you can have more than one favourite, I'm sure. Now I might just have to stand up so I can line this up. Because once, I don't want to get my head in, sorry. Once a dimensional grips, it's going to grip. There we go. That looks right. Sorry, I got in the camera there a bit. Now you can see that I've got, I've gone a bit skew-iff, but that's all right. What I'm going to do is just, because nobody's going to see that underneath. So I'm just going to cut that off. So it might look a bit hacked. Some people might be able to work out how to do that better, but I can't. And I don't care. So I'm just going to go over here and hack this bit off. Did you know hacking is a part of card making? Oh no, 2 weeks? Was that your pre-order? That's a long time. I don't know why it would have taken that long. My orders have been coming quite quickly lately, so that's really good. Okay, so let me clear my desk off of all these bits. It looks like it's just you and I, Lynn. We're having a nice little coffee and card and a cuppa. Everybody must be out and about doing nice things. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, and I'm going to put it onto the pink because I think that would look nice. But what I'm going to do, I know I probably don't need any more. is I'm going to pop a few more dimensionals around, and this one's going to need one bit more down here because it's covered up. So that one's right. Okay, so we'll just lay it down on the card, trying to get it straight. That's straight. It's really hard when you can't get your head over it. And it's a bit down low. Doesn't matter. It'll go. It'll work. It will do. How nice does that look? And you know what? I've worked out. Wow, that took a long time. Mine are taking about a week at the moment, which isn't too bad. So the champagne rhinestones look so beautiful with this suite. Really, really love them. And they just look just awesome, I think. Straighten myself up. Okay, so I'll put one up here. I think it's because the champagne rhinestones look so good with petal pink. And yeah, that's why I think it looks so good. Now I'm going to leave, where will I put this one? Over here. I'm going to do a little, did you get some cool stuff in your pre-order? I did an unboxing of mine and it went forever because I got so much. Okay, now this one I've used the new go-to greetings, which I'm going to use again. Really like these go-to greetings. And if I do a happy birthday, thinking of you, let's do just a note. That sounds nice. Is that it? No, that's a thank you. All right, so who's the courier that comes to Chittaway? Is it Aramax? Is that? Because that's who I'm pretty sure, well, most of mine get delivered when I'm at work, so, but I'm pretty sure that's who delivers mine now. I'm not, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who delivered. Okay, I'm going to go FDM. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go with Early Espresso, and I'm going to get my little trimmer, and I'm going to trim a 1/2 inch on a scrap of petal pink, and then I'm going to get my punch. Okay, so this is the Lovely Labels punch. So, and I want the rounded edge. I like that one. It's sort of pretty for a pretty card. Now let me have a look. Yep. Okay, so see how we go. Oh, that was more good luck than good management. That never happens to me. So what I'm going to do is get the little scrap. This is how well, that didn't cut very well down there. I think I'll just trim that off and do it again because it's not very even. Must be a little bit. Must be just a, oh yeah, it's moving. It's just a fraction smaller than the 1/2 inch. So it's just moving around a little bit. See how that one works. That's a bit better. Okay, so this is going to be a little one. So then I just sort of estimate the same space that I want and get a pencil and go like so. I mean, they must use the same courier as everywhere. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Denise, you just, how are you going to do that? I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's try again. Maybe we'll need a longer sentiment. Let's go with a longer sentiment. Although I do like just a note. What's this one? Hey, I know what I could do. I could use this end. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll just butt it up to here. So, oh, well, good. I had that stamped so perfectly. That's not going to work again. Let's see. Oh. That doesn't happen 2 times in a row. It never happens. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that down a fraction. And I'm going to get my daubers. Petal pink. Is that petal pink? It is. There might be enough left on that one. I know. I haven't really played with my new stuff yet. I'm still playing with the new annual catalogue. I've got no time to play with new stuff. But yeah, I do want to start playing with it. I do think it's a bit early. I don't think people are going to want to think Christmas just yet. I know I don't. There we go. I like that little bit of dust daubering. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have my catalogue launch at the end of July. So I'll let the catalogue run for a little bit and then have my launch at the end of July. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I think I'll just put that flat. Okay, so there we go. That was easy, she says, dropping the phone. I haven't put any ribbon on it, so I've just gone with it. I might actually try and stick a little dimensional in under there to try and sit that a bit flusher. But yeah, that's my card for today. You didn't get Christmas yet. I know. It's just no. It's just a no for me for Christmas. I don't want to think about it. Yeah. So that's my card for today using the Abigail Rose suite. I really like it, and once I figured out how this die worked, it's really nice. But as I said, you could. Where's the stamp set? You could use. So that, I believe it's that flower there, and these 3 flowers are here. I'm just not sure if they're the same 3. They could be, but anyway, it's fun to play with your die and your paper and everything. And I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great time playing with your new goodies, Lynn, if you're not at work today. And thanks for joining me today. It's been one-on-one, but that's fine. We can do that. And I hope you have a great weekend and keep warm. Thanks for watching, Lynn. Bye for now.